Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the first chapter. In the last class, we have completed up to the 25th shloka. We will read once again the 25th shloka. Bhishmadrona pramukhatah sarvesham cha mahikshitam uvacha partha pashyaitan samavetan kuruniti. In this first chapter, we are seeing the third character, the Arjuna. The first two characters, one is Dhritarashtra, who is influenced by the Tamoguna Mamata, and Duryodhana, second character, influenced by the Rajoguna Mamata, and this third character is the Arjuna, who is influenced by the Sattvika Mamata. Any of these three gunas related three types of attachment, Mamata means attachment, will make the person to suffer. But without these three gunas, there is no Prakriti. Everybody is a combination of these three gunas only. But we have to learn slowly. Bhagavan Sri Krishna is going to teach us how you can overcome and cross over these three gunas and become a gunatita purusha. That comes later. So first we have to prepare ourselves to become a gunatita. The only thing is, now in this situation for Arjuna, for this disease of the Shoka Moha Bhaya, which is caused by the Sattvika Mamata, the only remedy is to give the Gnanam for him. So to become a Gunatita, we must know our essential nature and get the knowledge of our self. Now, in this 21st shloka onwards, Arjuna started speaking. Arjuna Uvacha, then Arjuna said that, O Lord Achyuta, please take my chariot and place in between the two armies. I want to see the enemies, particularly who are all standing that side in view to fight with us, and with whom I have to fight this war, because nobody is equal to me. So these are the symptoms of the arrogance of the Arjuna, because Arjuna never faced the defeat. A perpetual successful person. Arjuna, the word meaning itself, white, pure, silver-like, or Ruju Buddhi. That means who is having the straightforwardness, very clear idea, a clear thinking, and that person is called Arjuna. Now, Arjuna addressing this word of Achyuta is also has got another significance. At the end of the Bhagavad Gita, also in the last words of the Arjuna, there also Arjuna utters the word, Hey Achyuta, all my delusion has gone because of your grace and your teaching, O Lord Achyuta. So, Upakrama and Upasamhara, the starting, and the end are the same words are used by the Arjuna. And then when Arjuna asked like this, in the middle, another shloka, Arjuna said, those who are all ready to sacrifice their lives in the war and helping the Dhritarashtraha, that means the Kauravas, and the Kauravas himself, they are the wicked, bad people, Durbuddhehe. So this is another thing, they are already bad or wicked, but you need not to say. Okay, that means by saying that you want to prove and say that you are very good. So this goodness also should not lead us to the this kind of arrogance. So we should not become the weaklings because of our goodness. Here Arjuna's problem is this. In the life, Arjuna never saw the defeat. So that is the problem here. He is telling that Durbuddhehe Yuddhe Priya Chikirshavah, who are all standing there like this. There is one important point here we have to learn. We must learn in our life to say no. Enough of it, no. At the same time, we must have the capacity to listen to the no. If we are never faced the no or the defeat or the failure, then suddenly if something happens in the life, we will be shattered. There are so many examples, so many children, so many youngsters who are all continuously successful in their academic career, and then suddenly somewhere they have to face some problem. Maybe even after gone to the job also. Up to that, he was very good, praised by everybody, appreciated by everybody. Everywhere his glory, her glory are praised. So keep on listening to the only praise and praise and praise and success. But we don't know. Anytime some kind of a word we have to listen from others, no. Then we cannot tolerate that. That's why we must have that right understanding and firmness, even though no comes. That's why a child become a perfect human being only when he learned from the childhood to share, to care, to face the problems. And if you have the living with the family members of the grandparents and the cousins and all that, meeting friends, in that way the person will learn to give it up. Sometimes we have to give it up, we have to ready to face it. So but in Arjuna's case, this is going to be a problem now. So this perpetual success is a problem. It is like a kind of poison. Initially people don't know, they won't recognize it. That's why we must be, as a parents, to make a child to grow, and the environment, the situations, we should not simply pamper and make him a cellular um, protected, very cozy like that, very much protected. No, he has to go out and he has to face the problems, he has to fall down, he has to get up. All this only makes a person really a successful person. So one should not have the arrogance of this success. So here Arjuna's words are all showing the arrogance of success and at the same time the bitterness of the vengeance. So he is having already, since last 14 years they were suffering in the forest, and he is very much waiting for this opportunity to fight and kill them and get their kingdom back. So that revenge attitude is also there inside. So the bitterness is there. Now all this together mixed and something is going to happen to the Arjuna. What will happen generally? Emotional breakdown. The mental breakdown, totally mental aberration is going to take place. Then Sanjaya started telling, after listening to this Arjuna's words like this, Bhagavan Shri Krishna uh, took the chariot and placed in between the two armies, exactly where the Bhishma, Drona, all etc. the important big people are there, elderly people. He just kept in front of the mainly Bhishma and Drona. Then Lord said, "Okay, Arjuna, see, you asked to see who are with whom all we have to fight the war, and Pashyaitan Kuruniti." Then what happened? The 26th sloka. Tatra pashyan तत्र पश्य स्थितान् पार्थः पितॄनध पितामहान् आचार्यान् मातुलान् भ्रातॄन् पुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखींस्तथा श्वशुरान् सुहृदश्चैव सेनयोरुभयोरपि तान् समीक्ष स कौन्तेयः सर्वान् बन्धूनवस्थितान्. I read now 26th and 27th because it's just a list of the relations are mentioned here. Tatra, then after Bhagavan Krishna placed the chariot in between the two armies in front of the Bhishma and Drona particularly, Pashya Sthitan Pardha, having seen those who are all standing there, after seeing who are all the people he saw, Pitrun, who are all equal to like the father, because they're all relations only, most of them, and others are all friends. Most of them are all their relatives only. So who are all equal to the father and who are all equal like to the grandfather. And of course, there straight away Bhishma Pitamaha is there. Then he saw the Acharyan, uh, Guru, and then uncles, maternal uncles, and sons and grandchildren. So like this, uncles, relations, brothers, brother-in-laws, and all that, the list has given here. So father-in-law, friends, and so by seeing all this on the particularly in the opposite side, with whom he has to fight the war, that is only important, no? Senayoropayorapi. Both the sides also he saw, and mainly is looking at the front, the enemies. After seeing all of them, then Kaunteya, Arjuna, Kunti Putra, after seeing the Sarvan Bandhun Avastitan, were all standing there, the relations, different relations. Then what happened? 28th shloka. Krupaya parayavishtah vishidanidamabhravit. I split this shloka into two lines because the one part is told by the Sanjaya. Then Sanjaya only is telling, Arjuna said like this, the second line. Now, this first line of the 28th shloka tells, then Arjuna becomes so sad, miserable, Vishidanniva, become sad, sorrowful, and heart is filled with the so much of paraya krupaya avishtaha. Paraya means with so much deep. Krupa. Krupa means general meaning is compassion. Compassion. Soft corner. But or pity. But here really If it is going to be glorified, Sanjaya need not to tell that particular adjective, as though he is having already inside the enmity. Now the problem is, I can fight with any other enemy, but fighting with my own people, then it is become a difficult. So it is called, actually this Krupaya word here is the self-pity. This is another very important point. We never have the self-pity. But that is showing in the way of concern. Many times we don't know that whether we are in the uh, affected by the self-pityness, or really we are compassionate or concerned. So Arjuna has really, if he is really feeling pity on them, he never have the enviness or the revenge feeling on them. And not only that, okay, now he got krupa, compassion, if it is really, then further he should not fight the war. Then why he fought the war? So it is only temporarily in his mind there is a kind of calamity, confusion has generated. Now, this kind of situation, Bhagavan Krishna wantedly created to Arjuna, because in Arjuna's mind, what is going on, what is his psychology, what his arrogance about his success, all the Lord Krishna knows. So this is the right time to teach a lesson to this guy. What lesson? By giving the gnana, because that is the ultimate remedy or the medicine for all kinds of material problems. So this kind of situation, this is a difficult situation. Why Lord has to place the chariot exactly in front of the Bhishma and Drona? If Lord placed the chariot opposite to the this Dushasana or the Duryodhana, Arjuna may not find this much difficult, or he never become the emotionally breakdown. So difficulties are required. What is the lesson here? Point: the difficulties are provided by the God. If you really look into it, difficulties are the success stones in the life, stones for the success. Another point, the difficulties are provided by the Lord because the Lord wants us to get out of this relativity. He knows, he sees that this fellow is so much attached and entangled in the worldly things, this relativity, and with relatives and possessions. Then, so Lord doesn't want the jiva to get entangled and drown in the samsara. That means what? Really, the Ishvara is very compassionate and he is very concerned about us, and that's why in between in the life, Lord provides the difficulties. That's why a devotee or a gnani sees the difficulties whichever comes in the life as the challenges are only a Lord's wish that I should not. Maybe I am so much attached to my family members. That's why, see, Arjuna has to fight the war with the family members. Of course, his dharma is a Kshatriya dharma. He is he stood for the sake of dharma and all that. But for the timing, he is forgetting his duty and started talking like this. So, once if you remember that this is only a Lord's wish, so let me face these difficulties. Through this, let me learn a lesson in my life. Let me grow spiritually. There are two types of success in this world. One is Abhyudaya, another is Shreyas. Abhyuda means this the material success, and Shreyas is the spiritual success. We human beings are should try for that Shreyas, the spiritual success. So Bhagavan took this chance of this personality of Arjuna. That means for all the sattvic minded people in the world, okay, easy for giving the knowledge. So it is good. For a tamasic or the rajasic person, giving the knowledge is very difficult. So Lord showing that, like Arjuna, if you are all dharmic and have the good qualities, but remember, your goodness should not make you a weakling. Many people in the world, in the name of the goodness and charity and helping and all others, so they will become so emotionally upset. So compassion needed, but too much compassion, that means uh, wrong action, right action in the wrong situation, or right thinking in the wrong situation is not good. Same way, wrong thinking in a right situation also is not good. It won't help. So these are the side points we are seeing. Then after seeing all this kind of relations and everybody, then Krupaya Paraya Vishta. So he is very much filled by, his heart is filled with the this self-pity, compassion, and then with a lot of sorrow and uh, pain, he started telling like this. Second part of the 28th shloka. Arjuna Uvacha. We are just adding this in between. Actually, this is one shloka. Društavemam svaj Društavemam svajanam Krishna Yusutsu samupastitam. I will read that line also. Krupaya paraya vishtaha vishidannivam abhravid Društvemam svajanam Krishna Yujutsum samupastitam. Arjuna telling, oh Krishna, after seeing our own people, svajanam, imam svajanam društva, who are all standing in this war, seeing our own people, then what happened? Arjuna continuing in the 29th sloka, in this see 29. Sidanti mama gatrani mukham cha parishusyati vepatuscha sharire me romaharshascha jayate गांडीवं स्रंसते हस्तात् त्वच्चैव परिदह्यते न च शक्नोम्यवस्थातुं भ्रमतीव च मे मनः. I will tell you the meaning of this. These are all the symptoms after once the person become anxious and overpowered by the anxiety, then what are the mental symptoms in the physical body appears. Okay, it is like no, whenever the rat sees the cat, up to that the cat is very fastly moving, running, but when once it sees the cat, because of that anxiety and the fear, it will stand still. It will become paralyzed because of the over adrenaline secretion in the body. Different symptoms comes in the physical body. The problem started in the mind, so then it percolates to the physical body. Those are all the symptoms told here. But I would like to take the one word from the previous shloka, swajanam. Swajanam. You have to fight with your own cousin brothers and their relatives, you know already. Not now. From before 14 years itself, they are keep on troubling you, torturing you. Even they don't allow you to live in the forest peacefully, and you are all so much suffered, and you are having so much anger on them. You are having a feeling of taking revenge on them. All are there, but here he is using the word swajanam, our own people. But when you said Dhritarashtrasya Durbuddhehe in the previous shlokas, Kauravas, now on the Kauravas side, this Bhishmacharya also standing, and Dronacharya, your Guru, also standing. So, grandfather and Guru. So, when Dhritarashtrasya Durbuddhehe means that the Kauravas are a wicked people, bad-minded people, naturally Bhishma also is a become bad. That is your meaning now. And Dronacharya also is a bad. Otherwise, why they are standing on the bad side, bad people side? But Arjuna, because of that one word Swajanam, Swajanam, okay, but they are not feeling that, no? They also must have that feeling, no? See, that's why the before the war, the night, Dhritarashtra sent Sanjaya, tell all these words, you are good people, my children are bad, they won't listen. You can go and uh, make your own kingdom, you are capable, you are all the righteous people. So that all working now in the Arjuna's mind. See, exactly. Swajanam. But Bhishma and Drona also must have that feeling that my sweet darling Arjuna, Pandu's children, they don't have that feeling. They are very much prepared, and that's why if you are participating, participate wholeheartedly. Or if you are withdrawing, withdraw wholeheartedly. See, these are the day-to-day life, our problems of worldly life. But generally, we don't do that. Here, Arjuna, if he is having already this thing from the forest itself, he can go for the tapas. But he did the tapas to get the more powerful weapon from different gods. That time itself, he can give it off and go, no? But internal nature is different. That's why this is called a dichotomy personality. Okay? Inside is one, and outside now facing is become difficult. So whatever you are inside, that only can come. But now you are acting like that, you want to show krupa and all that. It is danger. It is loss. You are going. It is a loss for you. So even if you want to run away now, he is going to tell in further, I want to run away. Even if you go run away, but your inner mentality, your personality is the Kshatriya guna. You are already having planted the seed of that, taking the revenge on the Kauravas. Then all that impressions, where they will go? They will have to fructify. So better you already decided, wholeheartedly you came. But now you are become half-hearted. Why? This Swajanam, I will tell you one small joke like example. Once a mosquito uh, bitten a person, and that person says it's a revenge. What to do? It wants to take revenge. It's bitten me, and after that there will be a joy in scratching that. hmm, And then same mosquito again comes, and this time I caught hold of that mosquito, and I thought of killing it, but I left the mosquito. Why? Because my blood only is there in that also. That is the meaning of Swajanam. Hmm? This is what kind of philosophy. That's why the frustrated knowledge will comes out in the form of this kind of philosophy, deviated philosophy. So another point here, the Swajanam, dealing with the others in the world is much, much, much easier, but dealing with our own people, in our own family, in our house, with our children, with our wife, our husband, our in-laws, then the real challenge comes in the life. If a person can tackle and negotiate and able to go through it successfully without becoming a depressed person or a aggressive person, not without the attitude of the taking revenge, but accept that this is good for me to go through. But how successful I can go through it in spite of, then you are a wise person. You know, another point, wise people, they think properly and then they act. They think properly and then they take decision. But otherwise people, they will take the decision, then they will think. Now that is the condition here. Arjuna thought of, well, he took the decision that let us fight with them and win the war. But suddenly now what happens? See, without thinking, all the way came, everybody is ready, and suddenly he is telling that mm, I am not able to, my mind is now not interested to do, I am feeling how can we fight with the own people. See, so fighting with others and is very easy. That's why problems never so big or come from outside. They will come from our own near and dear. If the children makes the old parents to suffer, it is good. They are lucky. Swamiji tells, because then they won't have any attachment on them. Otherwise, until leaving the body, the attachment will be there. They cannot keep quiet. They interfere in their every job of their life. They interfere in the grandchildren's life. So how long you will be like that? What for? They don't want. They won't require. Younger generation, the after marriage, the children, they don't want us actually there. So our need, the parents need the children, but children doesn't want. That means here I am not talking this point on the basis of the dharma. The children should not take care of the parents, and that is all okay one side. But from the philosophical or Vedantic angle, if you see, what is your purpose of life? What for you have come? You, very few years we are going to live on in this with this body on this earth. Then you have to leave everything. This is true. Everybody knows. Everybody knows, but they don't know. They don't know means they forget this. By forgetting this fact only, people will behave like a mad. All kinds of this mental disturbances, psychological aberrations, and all will take place. So, what he is telling here, the symptoms of the anxiety and distress. All my body limbs are become so weak. Sidanti mama gatrani. And my mouth is getting dried up. And mukham cha parishusyate. And the whole body is started sweating. And my body hair is standing, harpulation is happening. So these are all the symptoms of the anxiety. The anxiety goes to very high level extreme. And my great weapon, the bow, Gandivam, which is the trademark and a glory for me, I'm not able to even catch that Gandivam, the bow in my hand. It is slipping from my hand, and the whole body's skin is burning. Tvakchaiva paridahyate. And not only that, I am not able to stand properly on my both the feet, and my head is reeling, and my mind is just reeling. So this is the situation of the Arjuna's physical. Why? These are all the symptoms of the disturbance in the mind. And that's why the disturbances in the mind are the most dangerous, which they cause damage to the physical body, psycho, and they passes to the soma body, and then it becomes like a psychosomatic problem. There are so many nowadays in this world. He's telling, so I cannot stand even on my both the feet. Now a question, if you are not able to stand on your both the legs properly, and your mind, the head is reeling, then are you able to take decision in this particular moment? But he continues to take the decision. This is the biggest mistake. When we are not steady means mentally. When we are overpowered by the anger, overpowered by the jealousy, overpowered by the revenge attitude, any of this, we must be very careful that we should not take any decision for any action. Then leave some time, keep quiet. Not only taking decision, people will take decision for others also. You yourself not in a position to stand properly, then how you can take a decision? Even if you take the decision, that is going to be right decision? Never. So this is the gradual, uh, decrease in Arjuna's mental and physical, emotional, intellectually also he is totally gets going to get corrupted, and but he will speaks. He keep on tell. Now once if the person is taken the decision, as I told no just now, then he thinks only what the decision he has taken. Then once if we justify that my decision is correct, then we justify further and go into a wrong conclusions. We'll keep on boost it. What? Our thinking will boost. But that thinking is wrong thinking, because you are not steady, you are not able to think. So when the body and mind are not cooperating, and you are already taken decision and started thinking, that itself is the mistake. So in this way, Arjuna started expressing to Lord, this is my condition now, Arjuna, Lord Krishna. Not only that, further, 31st shloka, निमित्तानि च पश्यामि विपरीतानि केशव न च श्रेयोनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे. See, as I told exactly, now he decided almost that now better not to fight the war. He didn't tell that, he is going to tell now. Then based on that, the words are building up and thinking, the expressing all that. Not only physically, mentally, I am weak now. So when person is mentally weak, he imagines. That is called hallucinations are the imaginary. What is telling, I am seeing so many omens, bad omens. Okay. Nimittani cha pashyami. What kind of nimittani? Nimittani means omens, shekunams. Viparitani Keshava. Viparitani nimittani cha pashyami. I am seeing all the bad omens. There is no any even one Shubha Shekunam. Ashubha Shekunams. Hey Keshava. Another different name to the Lord. because of Lord having the very beautiful curly hair is called a Keshava. This seeing the bad omens, many people will have belief on this. Whether it is right or not, I am not telling. But what you are getting, suppose I started taking my car out from the garage. Immediately one black cat went in front of me. Then, oh, a bad woman. What is going to happen to me? God, the cat is not at all recognized you or bothered about you. What is going to happen to you, nobody knows. If it's going to happen, it will happen. But why you imagine? And you will keep on give importance to these things like this. There are many people, whether even though they are very educated and they are very so-called good people, for small things. If I just going starting to my work or to take up something, and immediately somebody sneezed, ram ram, then immediately there is some doubt comes in the mind. These are all unnecessarily, unknowingly we given importance to them. They are nothing to do. By giving the importance to them, in the same way, of course, there are many seeing that Yamagandam, Rahugandam, and so many things. Even without all that, also calamities will happen to people. But by you giving the importance too much to them, you are obsessed by them, and you suffer and trouble yourself, and you trouble others because of that. Don't think that I am saying don't see the calendar at all, and but how far, how much? Now here see, Arjuna is telling bad omens. What bad omen? You are going to fight the war. How many are going to be killed? Huh? You know the another problem. Krishna's whole army Yadavas are on the Kaurava side, because that is the in between the agreement. When Lord Krishna asked Duryodhana and Arjuna, Duryodhana, you ask first. Then Duryodhana felt so happy, let me ask the whole army of the Krishna. So, the whole army of the Krishna Yadavas are on the Kaurava side. And there also many of them died, except important 2, 3 people left. Then what woman you want bigger than this? This itself is a big calamity. Otherwise, same family members and same relatives and all that gather in lakhs to fight with each one and die. Is it not foolish thing? But it happened. Now also in the families or in the country, this is the ignorance. Ignorance is the cause of all this. There is no end. The ignorance will show all kinds of magic. Those nimittani, shekunam. Many people are vastu obsessed, and two vastu persons never tell the same thing. That is another problem. Same way, two Jyotish astrologers also uh, never speak the same thing. So, where is the end for it? You have to believe your prarabdha, karma, and depend on the Ishvara. Let it happen, whatever comes. But let me think for good, think for best. Do the best, think best, and leave the rest and relax. Okay? For every small things or making a big issue and giving importance. Nimittani cha pashyami. Not only that, then he says that I am not seeing any prosperity, shreya, good. I am not seeing any good, anupashyami. That means I am able to think. He is not able to think. But he is telling, I am seeing. Anupashyami means very deeply I analyzed. That is Anupashyami. I am seeing clearly. There is no any goodness because of this war happening to us by killing Hatva Swajanam Ahave. By killing in this battle our own people, I am not seeing anything good going to happen for us, Shreya. Yeah, what good? Why you are telling now this? Suddenly, after you prepared everything for the exam, one another, so many examples are there. One girl like this, very much successful from the uh, uh, class 1 onwards, always good marks, number one, first proficient, deficient, all that. But after that, when she went and joined in the some higher education institution, like something MBR, ITI, IIT, or something where university, naturally, in some universities, ragging and all these things will be there. Is a part of the life, like. But because she is very much pampered and kept in, one kind of cozy, comfortable atmosphere, suddenly going there and facing such a kind of insult and all that, she could not tolerate. She became totally mental wreck and came back, left the campus and the course and came back. Then what is the use of your first class and gold medal and all that? Even you will see many examples in the paper who are all very popular, either from the politician or a cinema star or world famous. Many people committed suicide. Doctors commit suicide, magistrate committing suicide, military officer committing suicide. Then what happened to their status and their education and their stature or their job position, because there is no right way of thinking in the life, because they are successful in many ways and suddenly something happens. Otherwise, how you can believe a doctor committing suicide? Every day, police officer, military officer, what is this? And we are all say so, speak very greatly about the cinema actors. I have seen so many cinema actors how they are ending their life. That means the worldly prosperity and all this without proper understanding, without having the capacity to face the failure, success and failure. So inside they are not able to tolerate, because outside they are one thing, but there is no readiness or the capacity to listen to the accept the no, the defeat. So Shreyonu Anupashyami, by killing our own people. Then he says, that's why, therefore, Nakangshe Vijayam Krishna, Nacharajyam Sukhani cha, Kim no Rajyena Govinda, Kim Bhogair Jivitena va. See now the philosophy going to the extreme. What? Negative philosophy. Negative philosophy. The philosophy comes from the real dispassion is different, but the same philosophy comes because of the depression is different. Be careful. Many times, knowing the difference between the dispassion and depression, the symptoms looks like same, but the person knows what is inside. Nakangshe. That's why, therefore, hey Krishna, my dear Krishna, I have no any desire for winning this war. Vijayam is another name is called Vijaya. Arjuna's another name, because he's always number one. He always wins. He never faced the defeat. From the childhood, in the archery, while learning in the Gurukula with Dronacharya. So, Nakankshe Vijayam Krishna. Then I have no any desire to win this war. Then where is the question of Rajyam, the kingdom? And I have no desire about the kingdom also. And when I have no desire to win the fight and win and get the kingdom, then I have no any desire for the pleasures also. Whichever comes after you are become a royal king, then the worldly pleasures. I have no desire for pleasures. I have no desire for the kingdom, and I have no desire for to fight the war. That means what? He decided inside already, then he just putting those words in front of the Krishna. Then he's asking, as the Krishna doesn't know anything, is a fool, and he is simply sitting. He brought here, now better let us go back. Then he's telling that, tell me, Krishna, hey Govinda, Govinda. Is each word of Krishna is worth for contemplation by taking that meaning, the deeper meaning. I'm not elaborating everything here. Govinda means simple, not simple, um, who revels by being as a sakshi behind all the sense organs, is called Govinda, who is praised by all the Upanishads and Vedas. What Upanishads and Vedas are talking about and asking us to find out, that truth is called Govinda. So many other means are cowherd boy who given the happiness, pleasure to cows. Govinda. What? Tell me, Krishna, kim naha rajyena? What for this kingdom? What we are going to do with the kingdom? See, because they don't have a kingdom, even one small village with them, they suffered a lot, like anything in the forest. But now he's telling, what is the use of the, what we will do, what for us this kingdom, what for this enjoyments, eh? And what is the use of this life? Why is telling all that? By killing our own people, actually this kingdom and the pleasures and everything all meant for these people only, no? For the sake, if the people are there, the kingdom. Nobody is there, means lakhs and many of our own people and relatives and friends and everybody dying, then what for this kingdom, these enjoyments and this life itself is waste, Krishna. Is it correct? Is it not correct? Like that is asking Krishna to think properly. Then next he goes for येषामर्थे काङ्क्षितं नः राज्यं भोगा सुखानि च न इमेव स्थिता युद्धे प्राणान् त्यक्त्वा धनानि च. For whose sake we are desiring, the is strengthening his previous thought. For whose sake we want the people should be there now. Most of the gents are going to die in this war. And then for whose sake this we are desiring this kingdom and these pleasures and the enjoyments, and they're all standing here and ready to die in the war. See? The ime avasthita ayuddhe, they're all standing here people for their sake, without my family and with my parents and the grandparents and the grandmothers, if they are not happy, what for I will keep this? For everybody's happiness and the pleasure. But all of them are standing here to die, ready to die in the war. Then why can't you think, Arjuna? If they are all standing there and ready to die, you also fight the war and die. Because Veera Swargam you will get. Later on, Krishna is going to tell. And they ready to sacrifice their pranans tektva and dhananicha. All their property, riches, family, everything they left and came and standing here, ready to die. Now, definitely after the war, if the war continues, that side, this side, people will die. But Arjuna didn't think that you may also die. Krishna didn't ask that question. Where is the guarantee? So he thinks that everybody will die, but I will be there. Then, if nobody is there, then what for I have to do all this? Okay. Simple, for example, the child in college, school or college, got a very nice gold medal, all that, and very anxious to come home and show to the father and mother. And she came, or he running and knocked the door. But then servant says that father, mother, they went for movie or went out for somewhere. Even though temporary, but the child becomes upset, no? She came running to show this first to my parents. So whatever I get and praise and these things, these are all my family members, my father, mother, grandmother, all should enjoy. So here all are ready to you know, participate in the war and die. Then what for all this, Krishna? Acharya 34. Acharya pitara putraha stathaiva cha pitamaha matula swashura pautraha shala sambandhinasthatha. Again same repetition only. He is again telling that again swajanam, all the teachers, that means plural, not only one Dronacharya, there are many other gurus. Hmm? And Krupacharya is there, and Pitaraha, fathers like all, and then children, then grandparents, uncles, brother-in-laws, and great-grandchildren, all kind of the sambandhinah tatha. Now, again, after telling that list of the relations, now Arjuna coming to a very clear-cut idea to tell to Krishna. Krishna so far not yet opened the mouth. He very patiently listening to the Arjuna. Then Arjuna wants to do something, get out of the war, battlefield. एतान्न हन्तुमिच्छामि घ्नतोऽपि मधुसूदन अपि त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य हेतो किं नु मही कृते. Oh Madhusudana, addressing, oh killer of the demon Madhu, you killed the demons so many, but you don't know my tragedy that I have to kill my own grandfather and my own guru. You can't understand this. You are Madhusudana. You are Arisudana, the destroyer of the demons and the devils. But I have to kill my own people. Think little bit, please. That's why I am not going to kill them. Etan antum na ichchami. Now he's coming to the firm declaration. I am not uh, desiring to kill them, even though if I am going to be killed by them, see another, even if they kill them, but I won't take revenge. Oh, you are very soft cornered, Brahmanottama. You are a Kshatriya. Kshatriya can talk like this. Even if you kill, I am not going to take the weapon, anything. Then this is not a Kshatriya character. But you are a Kshatriya. This talk, these words are not a real words, it's pseudo, temporarily, in the distress. That's why in the distress, people may talk anything. That's why a mentally disturbed person emotionally, whatever he talks and tells, we should not take it so seriously and we get disturbed ourselves. We must understand the situation. That time they will throw the things and they will break the things and they will tell very bad words. Yes, because his words and the body and mind are not under his control. He lost the control on them. So they behave as they. But the other person, we who is standing in front of him, when we know that person is mentally disturbed and emotionally bankrupted, then we must deal in a very, very um, efficient manner. But if you also get irritated and get reaction and we also talk and one happens, then it becomes a big fire, big flame. So Madhusudana, even though they are going to kill me, but I have decided I have no desire to kill them. And I'm telling you very perfect, clearly, I have no interest in even the kingdoms of the three worlds. Trailokya asya rajyasya api. I'm not interested. Ichcha, I have no ichcha. Three words, upper, middle, down. Even the three words, if I'm going to gain power, I don't want. If that is the case, then what to say about this hetoho kimnu mahi krute? Then what to talk about the small kingdom on this earth? That means it looks like a very great dispassionate person. I told you, no, this is not the dispassion. This is not the right decision in a right situation. It is a dharmically, you see, look other side, it looks like good, but not for Arjuna, not in this context, but he is telling. Then that's why what to talk, when to talk, how to talk, we must know it. Okay, so I don't care for even the three worlds power, then what to talk about this and why we have to kill, I am not interested. Like that, in clear terms, he started expressing to the Bhagavan Shri Krishna, but still Krishna didn't speak. So further he argues. What is that? We'll see more in the next class. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ हरि ओम तत्सत्